100 Palestinian prisoners. Two of the men released earlier were Tal Shahom, age 40, and Avira Mengistu, age 39. They were released a couple of hours before three others, Elia Cohen, Omer Shem Tov, and Omer Vengbert, all young men in their 20s, handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza, having been taken hostage at the Nova Music Festival on the day of those October 7 attacks. The final hostage to be released, Hisham al-Sayed, a 36-year-old Bedouin Israeli, will have no ceremony in his release in Gaza City. Diana Magne has more details from Jerusalem.
They are transferred, so the Red Cross convoy is led by a Hamas vehicle where, another moment, Hamas in charge with their guns in that vehicle. We can expect that to happen. And then they are handed over to the IDF and Shin Bet, the Israeli intelligence, in Gaza itself still. And from there, they are transferred to the Re'im military base outside of Gaza, where they're reunited with close family friends. And then they are transferred in a helicopter to hospitals in Tel Aviv and reunited with broader family members. And the IDF do a pretty good job of sending out pictures as that process unfolds. And we have already seen Avera Mengistu when he is transferred to the IDF. Smiling as he looks at them, and then really moving images of him being hugged by family members after he's been transferred to Tel Aviv, and finally, after 11 years, back in the hands of his family. And they're astonishing, actually, the sort of degree we just saw. I think that is Elia Cohen just put his arm around the Hamas militant to his right and give a wave to the crowds. It will be interesting to hear the stories that these men have to tell about their time in captivity, if they do choose to tell how that went. But we have seen moments in the past where hostages have shaken the hands of their captors, memorably 2 weeks into the war, when the wife of Oded Lifshitz, Yocheved, shook the hand of her captor when she was handed over to Israel in Rafah, and saying shalom to him, peace. So there clearly has been some rapport established between some of the hostages and those who held them. A very moving moment. There is Omer Shem Tov, whose family you can see on the left, being brought to the Red Cross convoy by Hamas with this certificate that they always seem to delight in handing to the hostages just before the transfer. Hamas uses this as an opportunity to really promote their own message, push their propaganda. You can see the way in which these transfers are filmed by Hamas cameramen all the time, professional cameramen. There are drones around. This footage matters to them very much, both as a message to their people and as a message to Benjamin Netanyahu that they are by no means defeated. And that is why we see them with the weaponry that they have and the numbers that they have. But we were hearing from one of Israeli hostage negotiators early on in the day. There is a Gershon Baskin. There is a difference between dressing young men up in uniforms and giving them guns, and actually that being a demonstrative show of strength and a force to be reckoned with. I think the fact that Israel has taken out large numbers of the Hamas's military command over these 16 months of war has dented their operating capabilities.